Well, hey friends, my name is Roger and welcome to Lightroom Thursday, where I offer a tip or technique on using Lightroom every Thursday. So today we're going to be talking about changing the color in an image. And you can change the individual color in an image from the HSL/Color panel, and that's right over here in the right pane. From the HSL and Color sections, you can adjust the hue, saturation, and luminance of a specific color. Now, both of these sections do essentially the same thing. They just simply feature a different way of accomplishing it. So from either of these panels, you choose the color you want to modify, and then make your changes. Each of these panels contains three options: hue, saturation, and luminance. So hue changes the actual color. So if I drag the yellow and drag it to the left, we see our yellows turn to orange. Saturation increases or decreases the intensity of the color. So if I click the saturation tab here and then drag the yellow to the right, we can see that all the yellows in the image get super intense, super saturated. Lastly is the luminance. This changes the brightness or darkness of a color. So if I grab the yellow slider here and drag it to the right, the yellows become brighter. Likewise, if I drag it to the left, the yellows become darker. Now from the color panel, the way this works is you click on one of the color squares and then drag the hue, saturation, or luminance sliders until you get the effect you want. So if I click the yellow swatch here and drag the luminance to the right, we're bringing back some of that bright yellow color. And again, we can modify the saturation, very saturated or completely desaturated. And again, hue, dragging to the right, we get greens. Dragging to the left, we get orange. But I'm going to reset this. I'm going to click back in the HSL section. And what I want to do is change the hues of the greens in the image. So to do so, I'm going to click the Hue tab. And then I'm going to drag the green to the right. And notice that the greens become more intense and more green. But I think I only want that to be maybe about 23 or so. So next I'm going to click on the saturation tab on top of the panel. And I'm going to drag the yellows to about maybe -20 to turn down, to decrease some of the saturation of the yellow colors in the image, especially in the center of the flower. You can also use the targeted adjustment tool to change a specific color in an image. With this tool activated, you click on the color that you want to change and then drag up or down in the image. Now this comes in especially handy as the color green in an image can contain both greens and yellows. Likewise, the color blue can contain both blues and aquas. So this way, using the targeted adjustment tool, you're only changing the color that you've exclusively targeted. And this tool exists in the hue, saturation, and luminance panel, the HSL panel, but does not exist in the color panel. So what I want to do is change the hue of the lily pad here in the image. So I want to make sure that hue is the active tab here. And then I'm going to click the targeted adjustment tool. And that's this little dot here in the upper left corner of the panel. I'm going to click it, and we can see now that it's lit, letting us know that it's active. So I'm going to click on the lily pad, and I'm going to drag down. And notice that as I drag down, it becomes more and more yellow. And we can see that the green and the aqua sliders are both moving as I drag. So once I get it the way I want, I can release my mouse button. So this is a great way of just targeting specific colors in an image. So yeah, that's how to change a color in Lightroom. So play around with these colors a little bit and you can get some really interesting effects. So did you like this video? If so, please click the like button below, as that really helps my channel out. And that's about it for this time. I will talk to you all in the next video. Roger and out.